Hey there, it's Claude Larson, and I'm coming to you from the area of my basement where I snow dye. And this is my experiment for Leap Day. I like to try something new on Leap Day, just for kicks. I've been doing snow dyeing. I showed a video of that, and what I've decided to do was I went into my drawers, my paper storage, and I found a very large sheet of cotton paper, 100% cotton, like good quality, heavyweight paper for painting. And I've decided this is going to be my experiment. So I have 4 pieces of paper, and I have one rack flipped over so it's flat, and I have one rack that is still on an angle, which is how I use it when I am dyeing fabric. And I have 4 pieces of paper that I have prepared by soaking them in a solution of sodium carbonate, which opens up the natural fibers and it allows the dyes that I use to bond with them. So here I have my bucket of snow that I have collected. It was 13 degrees Fahrenheit here this morning, so well below freezing. And I'm just going to bury each of these with some snow. I feel like some of this snow might have dye in it because, I keep going out the back door and choosing from the same area, so who knows. Very sort of unceremoniously covering them. And I decided, since I was doing 4 different pieces of paper, that I would obviously try different colors. And so I'm kind of going with the seasons. I mean, it's winter now, but it won't be forever. So now I've got these covered, and I have chosen fall, winter, spring, and summer colors, or at least what I imagine fall, winter, spring colors to be. So, oops, this first one, to dry that. I've got some ivory, nice little off-white. I'm going to sprinkle that on there. Got some rust brown, nice earthy color. Sprinkle a little of that on there. Now, if I were doing this on fabric, the fabric would be sort of rumpled and not so much folded as sort of swirled. And I would use a lot more dye because it's going to have to go really into the fibers. And here I really am looking to just let it lie on the paper. This is a chocolate brown, just another color that I'm like, oh, that looks kind of fall like. And winter, I've got silver lining, right? Because I do love the grays that you get, the cast shadows that you get on snow. If you don't live where there's snow in the winter, it might not be something you're super familiar with. Timber wolf, only because the name of it made me think of, like, wolves under the full moon in winter. And midnight blue. Makes sense. Wintertime, right? We're always at least I guess when there's no leaves on the trees, I tend to notice what the moon is doing more often. Night blue, that's winter. Gonna come around, do spring. So for spring, I chose a nice chartreuse green. I do love chartreuse, one of my one of my go-to colors. And then I picked apple green, because you know those little green apples that appear on the trees after the buds. And blueberry, which has some purple tones to it. Just want to wipe my spoon because I don't want to get the chartreuse mixed in with my blueberry dye here. And just give this, I think purple is just another one of those, you know, the lilacs when they come out and stuff. So pretty in the springtime. And summer, I've got an emerald green. I've got something called parakeet, because I thought, well, that would be summery. It's funny because when you open it up, it's gray, so who knows what this is going to be. Well, part of the fun, part of the experiment. Smush this up. It feels like it wasn't super mixed. Here's parakeet, and then I decided to throw in a little robin's egg blue. And so what's going to happen now, I mean, it's all set up. It's in my basement. It's not outside. If you snow dyed outside, I mean, you'd wait till spring for the snow to melt, right? So this is going to set here for probably 10 to 12 hours before everything is fully melted and the fibers have absorbed the dye. And stay tuned to the end of the video and I'll show you some pictures of how it turned out. My plan, once it's all melted, is let them dry fully and then probably, you know, wipe off any powders or whatever that might not have fully absorbed. And then I think I'm just going to coat them with a matte medium so that I can then use acrylic paints on them, or I can incorporate them as collage into some of my acrylic work. So nothing quite as boring as watching snow melt. So stay tuned and you'll get to see what the final results were. Okay, bye.